Since we're still in the middle or the end of Sukkot, I'm going to keep tonight a little short and sweet so we can all go outside and fellowship together. But I wanted to take the time tonight to kind of talk about what Sukkot has meant for me. For me, Sukkot has meant healing, family, acceptance, and it's the time when I feel the closest to God. Sorry. Sukkot marked a turning point in my life back in 2017. Right before that, we had spent a year and a half not going anywhere. And we were just trying to figure out. I don't know why I'm so emotional, sorry. That's just how much I feel about this. We had been Messianic since Daniel was a baby, but we had never really embraced our faith and what it meant. And so we spent that time trying to figure out exactly what we believed and where we should be. And when we came back to BES, it was during Rosh Hashanah. And the second we got here, we knew this is exactly where we belonged. And during Sukkot that year, I felt this strong urge to have a bat mitzvah. And I know that was God telling me to do that, because if you knew me back then, you'd know being up here is not what I would be doing. But I felt really strongly that I needed this public way of saying once and for all that this is what I believe, and this is who I am, and this is where I belong. To the world, to my family, and to God. Like Ruth, I felt the need to proclaim, your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. I wrestled with myself, or with God, that entire week. I did not want to come up here. I was like, I don't have to do that. That is crazy. And at the same time, Simchat Torah was coming up, and I really didn't like Simchat Torah. And I know that sounds awful, because Glenn just sat up here talking about how beautiful Simchat Torah is. But Simchat Torah is very vulnerable and intimate time. And I just wasn't ready for that. Not in public. But we stayed, and that Simchat Torah, I saw my boys up here dancing with Robert. And this supernatural joy took over. And I smiled harder that day than I've ever smiled in my life. And I knew right then I was going to have my bat mitzvah. And now I love Simchat Torah. I stopped wrestling with God that night, and everything changed for me. He told me to get outside of my comfort zone, to stop worrying about other people so much. Me crying in front of y'all don't know how that affects me. Well, some of y'all know, Sherry. I don't like crying in front of people. My relationship with God became a more intimate and beautiful thing. And I found my people, and I found his people. Where I once felt alone, I now not only felt stronger and closer to God, but I found where I belong. I saw this quote that I thought said it perfectly. When you find people who not only tolerate your quirks, but celebrate them with glad cries of me too, be sure to cherish them, because those weirdos are your tribe. Joel and his family are our newest weirdos. And I've asked Joel to come up and share a little bit with us as well.
I can hear you.
But I'm tired. But it's been wonderful. I'm like you said, Jessica. I've found my tribe, and the mere fact that we didn't have any disagreements, that we're still making fires every night, that we're still, I saw people vacuuming floors early in the morning and taking out trash and minding children that weren't their own, and And you know, for a couple days I thought, hey, I could quit my job and live in a tent back here. I'd be okay with that. But it's been wonderful, and thank you all so much for loving us, just for taking us in, and yes, you should market Sukkot as much as you did with me for the next new person. But it was wonderful. Thank you.